This is the Amazon Teamsters Union. Recently, they've been flooding social media with a coordinated campaign of walkouts, lists of demands, and some of the most economically illiterate grievances you will ever hear in your life. Let's take a look.
I work in Southern California's DJT6. Us as workers, we decided to go public.
Our workers on the night shift walked out to demand $30 an hour and safer working conditions. And right now, on our shift, our lunch break walkout, and the same demands. They want $30 an hour, free healthcare, safer work environment.
Okay, I'm totally for a safer work environment, obviously. But a $30 an hour starting wage and free healthcare is a complete fantasy. Nothing is free. Even in heavily unionized skilled trades, employees almost always pay a premium share. And demanding to nearly double the starting wage for entry-level logistics overnight, it's just a surefire way to fast-track giving your job to a fleet of Amazon robots.
If Bezos can buy a $500 million super yacht, then why can't I get paid more than $21.25 an hour? It's time to pay up, Jeff.
It's time to pay up, Jeff. Well, one problem with that is that Jeff Bezos hasn't been the CEO of Amazon since 2021, so maybe find another corporate executive to be your target, huh? Furthermore, selling a $500 million super yacht won't magically fund the $10 an hour raise that the Teamsters are demanding for all of their 1.5 million employees. In fact, after having to pay increased employer-side payroll taxes, i.e. Social Security and Medicare, workers' comp premiums, and potentially higher 401k matches, that $10 an hour raise would cost Amazon roughly $31 billion a year.
I don't like what Jeff Bezos is doing. My mom deserves better. She's only making this much money an hour and she works hard. And my daughter said it's not okay.
Makes sense to me. What's your problem?
Yo, have you guys heard the greatest news?
Did you hear that Amazon just passed Walmart as the #1 company in sales in the world?
Amazon is now officially the #1 seller in the world.
They made $717 billion in sales last year, making it the largest company in the world.
Actually, it's the largest company by revenue in the world. However, revenue isn't profit, and comparing Walmart's revenue to Amazon's revenue as if they were both strictly retailers is a little dishonest, as much of Amazon's revenue is from Amazon Web Services, their cloud computing division.
So where's our raise?
Did you get a little piece of that pie? Last time I checked, I didn't.
Where are we gonna get an increase in our paycheck for the money that we make Amazon?
Again, they're confusing revenue with profit. Just because a company processed a $100 transaction doesn't mean there's $100 sitting in a vault with your name on it. But by the time Amazon pays for the goods, the warehouse, the electricity, the blue vans, and your wages, the actual profit margin on the retail side is in the low single digits.
This is when Amazon profits the most, and we shouldn't just be getting crumbs. We should get a piece of that pie.
You are getting a piece of the pie. It's called a paycheck. You agreed to an hourly wage for unskilled labor, not an equity stake in a global logistics network.
Peak season is finally over, and I got laid off. No warning, no job security.
First of all, it's called peak season for a reason. Seasonal work is explicitly temporary by contract.
I worked for multiple DSPs, and it's always the same thing. Amazon uses us during peak, then cuts drivers like we're disposable.
So this guy is like, Amazon treats us like we're disposable. And yet this isn't the first time that he's worked with the delivery service provider during peak season. So if it's so terrible to work there, then why does he keep going back year after year? There is a quiet self-own here. He's worked for multiple DSPs, bouncing from contractor to contractor every single holiday season, and yet he never became a permanent hire. I'm gonna guess that it might not be Amazon that's the problem.
Immigrant workers at Amazon have rights, and we need to fight to protect them.
Literally, no one is arguing against the basic human rights of immigrants. A word that she can't spell, apparently. But hold on, watch where this pivots.
We clearly know that these people are getting kidnapped in the streets, in their houses, and also at work. I think we all have seen the video going viral about ICE agents going inside of an Amazon warehouse in Michigan. Big companies such as Amazon did not have any restrictions towards these people.
Kidnapped. You mean lawfully detained by federal law enforcement, right? Anyway, what exactly do you expect Amazon to do about it? Form a human shield of warehouse workers to fight off federal agents?
My coworkers and I started a union here on our side, and one of our demands is for Amazon to not allow ICE agents inside of the warehouse.
Yeah, that's not how the law works. Amazon is a corporation, not a sovereign embassy. They can't just hang a no ICE allowed sign on the front door and legally block federal agents who have a warrant. What the hell is wrong with these people?
Y así agarra la gente, mándame 20, mándame 30, que eso no es nada.
What? They got us climbing across bridges. If I wanted to risk my life, basically no pay, I would just go, hike Mount Everest.
Yeah, pulling an aluminum hand truck through the snow is exactly like summiting Mount Everest in the death zone. And it was so dangerous that the driver was able to set up her cell phone to make a TikTok.
Yeah, nah. God bless that person. I hope they're safe, but we shouldn't have to be risking our lives dragging like a cart, like a donkey across the GW or wherever that was.
So this Teamster, who seems to have enough free time to sit in his work truck and comment on videos, is suggesting that the woman in this video parked her truck and is dragging her packages across the George Washington Bridge. Anything to make Amazon look like monsters. And thanks to the keen eye of one of my followers on X, we can definitively say that she was on this tiny bridge that leads to the delivery entrance of the Ani Fulton Market apartment building in Chicago, Illinois.
We should damn well get compensated for it with hazard pay.
Hazard pay isn't a magical button that you get to press just because it snows. Under the Fair Labor Standards Act, there is zero federal requirement for private sector employers to provide hazard pay for weather conditions. You signed up to be an outdoor delivery driver in Chicago. Snow is literally part of the job description, not an unseen federal safety violation.
We are working in a modern day sweatshop, for real. One of the biggest problems at Amazon when it comes to us asking for a living wage is finding out that the suits at the top make multi-million-dollar salaries every year.
Yeah, sure, Grandma. But let's address the math on those suits at the top stealing your living wage. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy makes a base salary of about $1.3 million, and even if you count his total compensation package that includes stock options of around $30 million, and you confiscated every single penny to divide evenly among Amazon's 1.5 million employees, well, congratulations. That's a bonus of $20 for the entire year, which is a raise of slightly less than 1 penny an hour. Don't spend it all in one place, Granny.
I'm gonna show you my Amazon driver paycheck. My name is Vanessa, and I've been an Amazon driver for 7 years. I work full-time delivering hundreds of packages a day. But my pay rate is $22.75 an hour. That's a quarter more than new hires starting today.
So as you can see, she does not work directly for Amazon. Her employer is listed as Andiamo Logistics, Inc., which is a third-party delivery service provider. Regardless, over a 2-week period, she logged 64 regular hours at a rate of $22.75 an hour. Then she logged over 9 hours of overtime at $34.12 an hour. And she received a $150 discretionary bonus. So Vanessa here is basically working a 4-day work week, maybe clocks an extra hour each day, and is on track to make about 50 grand a year. For a job that requires 0 secondary education or specialized degrees, that is extremely standard.
After 7 years, when we asked about a raise this year for us veteran drivers, our owner said there's no money. Meanwhile, Amazon is making record profits.
But Vanessa's actual employer is a small business that is operating on a fixed rate contract with Amazon. So if her boss says that they don't have the margins to give her a raise, they probably don't. But at the same time, she's sitting in her employer's truck bad-mouthing everyone. And that's not a good argument as to why she deserves a raise. If you were her boss, would you go out of your way to give her one? No. No, you would not.
How? Hold on, bro. How? I'm saying, how? Like, talk to me, bro.
So the Teamsters Union are using memes to imply that they're overworked and that their trucks are stuffed to the brim. Fine. But at the same time...
here we are again. Here we are again. And don't think it's going to get any better. It's going to just get worse. It's just going to continually get worse.
Dudes in a half-empty climate-controlled delivery truck. When doesn't the union complain?
Amazon thinks they can keep getting away with doing stuff like this. But us over at SDF9 and 10,000 plus other Amazon workers are all coming together to take down Amazon and to get what's rightfully ours.
You cannot simultaneously demand that Amazon provide you with higher pay and benefits while also pledging to take down Amazon. Not to mention that the Amazon Teamsters Union has a podcast called Shut It Down. You can't demand a bigger slice of the pie while actively trying to burn down the bakery.
Andres Aguayo. I'm an Amazon worker at DJT6 in Riverside. I make sure the packages get out on time every day.
Andy takes on a huge amount of responsibility at Amazon.
He was a good employee, he was an important employee. He was wrongfully terminated for organizing with the union.
They claim to have found some sort of misconduct without any evidence.
First, Andres claims that Amazon found misconduct without any evidence. Amazon facilities are arguably the most heavily surveilled and metric-tracked workplaces on the planet. The idea that they fired him with zero evidence is virtually impossible. Second, he literally admits on camera to the exact reasons why he was likely fired.
We led walkouts, we've marched on our boss, given them demands about safety concerns, personal, individual struggles that we face on a day-to-day basis. On that basis, they figured I was enough of a problem that they didn't want me working.
No, they wanted you to work, that's the problem. But instead, you chose to disrupt warehouse operations. Pulling people off the floor to yell at a manager isn't legally protected organizing. It's often just workplace disruption, which is a fireable offense in almost any corporate environment.
He got fired right before his 5-year raise and right before he's about to be a father. That's not right.
She said he's about to be a father. This is not the time to be doing this.
He's about to be a father? Well, while it's a tough personal situation for sure, biology doesn't grant you immunity from company policy.
In fact, this is not a negotiation. You have 3 days or you will take consequential action.
You're right, it isn't a negotiation. You're an at-will employee demanding a $1 trillion company reverse an HR decision because you gave them a 72-hour countdown. Good luck with that, Teamsters.
And I know there's a lot of work ahead, but I'm gonna be there to do it.
But how? Aren't you fired? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's it for now. Head on over to my super cool merch store at don'twalkrun.shop. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel and hope to see you next time. If there is next time.